Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm Heather Ione. I am a blogger, traveler, YouTuber, wellness warrior, and chai tea addict. I live in St. Petersburg, Florida, and I create content all about self-help, health, and wellness. And today I am coming to YouTube to talk about something that I never thought I would be talking about or ever share publicly, but I think that it could help someone else, and that is I've decided to start seeing a therapist. So the reason why I wanted to share on YouTube, for those of you who are subscribing to me already, that I decided to see a therapist is because for many, many years I've been struggling with depression, but I never really realized it. And I kind of had like an idea that I was depressed, and I had like the lack of motivation and energy and like the sadness, and like nothing could make it better, and I was just having all of these symptoms of depression. But I thought that you had to be like suicidal to have depression. So I thought that like, oh, well, this is just like a rut. This is just like a phase. Like it'll get better. I don't really have depression. Like I can't possibly have like clinical depression, because I associated depression with suicidal thoughts and behaviors. And I mean, I will say there's been like moments in my life where I've like been that low that I've had those kinds of thoughts, like very, very few times in my life. But I know a lot of people who have struggled with depression where they constantly have those reoccurring suicidal thoughts. So I thought like, well, I can't possibly be depressed because I don't want to end my life, like I'm hopeful about the future. I'm excited about all these things. Like I want to travel and everything. So I just didn't think like I could possibly have depression. But then what ended up happening was I had actually moved to St. Petersburg, Florida with my boyfriend after we graduated college. And for whatever reason, like as soon as we moved, I just started to get depressed because I was having all of these like major life decisions that I had to make, and it was really challenging for me. Even though I absolutely love our life together, I love him, we are happy together, I love my apartment and like where we live and everything, I was just like struggling because I had to like find a job, and I wasn't sure where do I even want to work? What do I actually want to do? And then I was having all these doubts and fears like, oh my God, what if I never get a job and I'm like completely broke and end up being homeless or something, because my mind just thinks of like the worst possible scenario all the time. So I was like stressing out about that. And then once I had gotten my job, I was like, I'm completely miserable. I want to blog. I want to do YouTube. I want to be a content creator. I want to be an author someday. This is not what I want to do. I don't want to write Amazon descriptions for the rest of my life, I was just unhappy. So then it was like, do I leave my job? Do I stay here? Do I get a new job? Do I pursue what I actually want to do? And then once I had left my job, it was like, well, do I sign up for IIN? Do I not sign up? Like there were just so many like big life decisions that I had to make. And then also I was like debating about like getting surgery, and I was struggling like being in a new town where I don't have any friends here and I don't know anybody. So there was that problem. And then getting used to your significant other's family, and like having a new family all of a sudden is like kind of challenging. So there was just a lot going on, and I didn't realize how much it was all catching up to me. And I was having these like periods of time where it would be like several weeks and I would just like couldn't bring myself to get out of bed, and I felt like lazy and unmotivated and completely exhausted and sad, and like nothing can pull me out of this rut. And I finally, just the other night, I ended up looking up the signs and symptoms of depression for people who might not know if they have it. And I realized that I had every single one of them except for bed sores and also like suicidal thoughts, but that wasn't on like the list I was looking at. Like the articles and the blog posts I was reading was all about like like, do you have depression? Like, here are some clues, like, to help you figure it out, you know? And I actually tried to find them, but I never saved them, so I can't like read off all of them to you. I wish I could. But basically, I had every single one of these like signs and symptoms, so I had depression without realizing it. And I finally just decided that I tried so many self-help practices. I've tried so many natural remedies and things like that for like sadness and depression, like thinking that it was going to help, even though I wasn't really sure I had depression. I was like, this could make me feel better, you know? And nothing really worked. So I finally got to the point where I've been debating about seeing a therapist for a couple months now, and I finally just decided to do it. So I have a therapy appointment on Tuesday next week. And I really just wanted to share this because I know I'm not the only one that struggles with these things. It's actually a really big problem in our generation and also our parents' generation, because our lifestyle has changed drastically from the lifestyle that our grandparents used to have. And there's a lot more loneliness and depression now more than ever. So I wanted to share this because I know there's other people that are struggling with it too, that are maybe considering seeing a therapist or who think that they might have depression. So I just want to come on here and like share my experience, because I feel like this is something we just have to talk about, and it shouldn't be weird, and you know, you shouldn't be labeled as like crazy, or it shouldn't be strange to open up about these things. So I just wanted to let you guys know that this isn't like a video with like a bunch of tips or anything, but I wanted to share what was going on with me. And yeah, I guess I will be sharing more about like my experience in therapy and how it's going later on. But for now, thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to subscribe on your way out, and you can find me on my blog at www.lostonlineblog.com, or you can find me on Instagram at heather.ione, I-O-N-E, and remember to follow me on Pinterest, because I just revamped my entire Pinterest account and I'm super, super obsessed with it. So make sure to check it out, and I think that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.